Number 6. Absolute Boyfriend. Absolute Boyfriend was my number 1 underground series and number 2 shoujo for the longest time, until I discovered, well, everything succeeding it on this list. I think this sparks more emotion in me while I'm actually reading it than any other series, though when I'm not reading it, I don't care about it in the slightest. It's about a girl named Riko who is allegedly undesirable in every way. Although I don't think her problem is all-encompassing grotesqueness, but that she always goes for guys 50 leagues above her. She goes for the best and nothing but, and that's understandable to a point, but when you're constantly getting rejected by 10s, perhaps it's time to settle for 6s for a while, you wanna be whore. After getting rejected for, I don't know, the 33rd time? Skank. She agrees to meet the stranger in a cafe. Skank. The stranger is Gaku Namikiri, who will now be referred to as Gaku Nakimiri because it took me 7 times to say Namikiri. And I'm not going through that bullshit again. So, the stranger is Gaku Nakimiri, a sales representative for the shady and supernatural marketing company Corona's Heaven. She talks Riko into buying an android sex doll. Skank. Except she doesn't use it for sex. Skank. Oh, wait a minute. She uses it as a boyfriend. The only thing that spares us from being so fucking weird is that the android is unrealistically realistic. It's warm, soft, waterproof, has a heartbeat, breathes, eats, and from a strictly cosmetic standpoint is human. Since the android is from the Nightly Lovers series of sex bots, Riko, having the imaginative depth of any Matt Damon movie, names it Night. Riko and Night go on a series of mundane misadventures in which Riko depends on and eventually expects Night to do such ridiculous things as jumping off a bridge to catch her cell phone. The problem comes in when Riko refuses to sleep with Night. Since that's what he was made for and he's too stupid to wank, he eventually begins to malfunction. Granted, he also got into an intense fight with another android, but the lack of sex definitely had something to do with it. About halfway through the series, Riko's childhood friend Soshi, who lives across the hall from her, confesses his love for her. Yeah, that probably could have been phrased better, but fuck it. There are about 2 volumes in which Soshi and Night compete for Riko. It's so obvious from the beginning that Riko will pick Night, but she keeps playing the I love you both card and strings them both along until Soshi gets fed up with it all and gives up. Then he moves to Spain and makes Riko cry. Yay. Then he comes back for reasons I won't share. Boo. Riko also runs into money problems more than a few times throughout the series. In fact, it becomes a sort of recurring theme. First, she owes Corona's Heaven $1 million to pay for Night, but when she can't pay, Gaku just accepts all the money she does have and tells her that Night needs to gather data on women to clear the debt, although he doesn't do much of that regardless. Then she owes Corona's Heaven $1 million because a few people discovered that Night was an android, but Gaku doesn't even compromise that. He just lets it slide. Twice! Christ, it's no wonder he winds up running a Yaki stand. Wait. No, that's not a spoiler. While this story does have more than its share of plot holes, I enjoyed it because of the emotional aspect. The only characters I actually care about are Soshi and Night, but they're in it enough that you can just pretend that Riko is an intrusive side character. Absolute Boyfriend does a superb job of pulling you into the story by the heart. If you read Absolute Boyfriend, leave a comment saying what you thought of it. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up and I hope to see you next time with number 5.